Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to this Pepe update today. So I'm looking at Pepe at the moment and we probably don't really have Pepe looking good, and I told you before that there's this very big bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. So going into the 4-hour time frame here, you do have the prices that are actually climbing up and the RSI that is climbing to the downside as well. So when we're looking at all this stuff right now, you can already see that you do have a little bit of a pattern going on in here, which probably looks like a diamond bottom. So let's dive into actually it looks more clear probably on the 3-hour time frame, I guess. So is this something, I'm trying to figure out if this is a diamond bottom right there, okay, something like this. So you might be popping up and move up a little bit, but it's not very clear, okay. It still has a little bit of confusion if it's one, but what happened yesterday is the following. So what I'm going to do is dive into the 1 hour again, and I'm going to show you what the 1 hour is doing. So you did have this one support, second support, third support right there, and you're holding this support momentarily, and you also had a resistance that was broken out of. So you did have one touch, second touch, third touch, a move to the upside, a back came down for the retest. You failed to hold this support, actually this as your support, which was previously resistance, right? And then you also lost the support that was being held and you broke below it. So this whole triangle that was forming up got lost, and now you are back into the parallel channel. Do you remember this parallel channel that we talked about before? That's where you are, and the next little bit of support that I do see is probably down somewhere here, okay. So that's where I'm looking at the next support. So you have one touch here, second touch right there, and now you're inside the parallel channel in the middle of nowhere. You might actually just come down and drop down there. So where does this take you? This actually takes you all the way down to 14,000, okay. But what I want to talk about in this update is the following, that I do remember very clearly telling you in detail the whole scenario of the parallel channel, but now it's time for you to understand what's going to happen next. So here's what you must be looking at, and you have to keep your eyes on. So now that you do have this parallel channel and you broke to the upside, came down for the retest, and this was pretty much a very big fake out, okay. So that's the reason why I do like retest. Back testing things are really important. Yes, there are some cases where just like down here you break out and you start to move to the upside, very what do you call this, when you go up with a certain action, okay. But then when you go up and you don't retest things, okay, but you go up and you come down and retest, this is much better, okay. You get to know if there's a fake out, if there's a buying opportunity. As a trader, you get slim chances actually. So the next thing is the following. You do have this parallel channel right there. So I'm going to say that you take the trend line from the top right there to the bottom right over there, and the parallel channel technical target is going to be this one if it actually drops to the downside. So you're looking at 11,213, and honestly, if you ask me, I do think this probably can happen because you're really overbought. You do have a very big bearish divergence, but the thing is that you're still not breaking below the parallel channel. But what I'm doing is, again, preparing you, just as I was preparing back in the days about this little bit of a triangle here, that if it pops down, you go 50% down. If it pops up, you go 50% up. So you actually went to the upside. So this is the same preparation we're going to have. And let's see if you can actually drop down like this, take the stop losses, lose the parallel channel all in all, and then you drop down, you go for the retest, not a fake out to go back up, but go back for the retest again and fail here, and then you go down, because fake outs look like this: break to the upside, go for the retest, fail the retest. Simple, okay. So break down, not a fake out but a rejection, and then down you go. So we're talking about a move down, which is going to be, if I measure from there to there, we're looking at probably 20% move to the downside, which is pretty sweet, okay, for a day trade actually. And that's it for this update, just a quick one. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.